everyone. So welcome back to another episode of the Hello Spring podcast. I hope you're all doing well today because today we are on episode number 15. And it's so exciting to say that we are 15 episodes in of this podcast. And from all the feedback and reviews that you'll have left on the social media on how much you love the podcast, it really means a lot to know that you all enjoy it. And I cannot wait for you all to hear the next few episodes to come of this season. But anyway, we do have a very special guest on the podcast that I know for a fact you all will definitely love. And her name is Dr. Ashley. You know her, you love her. She's one of my good friends. She was also a fellow contestant on The Sims Sparked with me as a builder, along with the fact that she is a very talented builder in the Sims 4 community. She actually built the haunted house with a Sims 4 paranormal stuff pack. And if you have that pack and you saw the haunted house, she built that house. And so I like to applaud her for her talent, her expertise, and her dedication to her craft of building and being just a kind and genuine person who loves to create for the sake of having fun. She's a YouTuber and Twitch streamer. Make sure to check all of her links down below in the show notes, but let's go ahead and hop into today's episode. I just want to thank you, Ashley, for being on my podcast because I have a lot to talk about. And I just want to ask you because there's a lot of history between us two. And I think the listeners should definitely know what's going on. But I hope you're doing well today.
Thanks. I am doing well. I just finished work. Thank you so much for asking me to be on the podcast. When you announced it and I saw that you were asking like other creators and stuff, I was like, ooh, I wonder if Steven's gonna ask me. And then when you did, I was like, yes, I can't wait. So thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. I'm a huge fan of the podcast personally. This is a good fangirl moment for me to be on a podcast, my first time.
Exciting. Yeah, honestly, I get so nervous just asking people literally anything, whether it's like a simple question, I'm just get nervous. So I was like, okay, I'm going to ask all these people and then hopefully they say yes or they say no. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just ask a different person or do a solo episode. But I'm so glad you said yes because I don't know. You're so cool and you're so kind and you have like a very nice voice and you're so calm, cool, and collected, honestly.
Aw, no, you're the kind one. I'm just chilling. Of course I would say yes. Did you like have any doubt in your mind that I would say no or decline?
A little bit.
Really?
Like, oh, she's busy. She got other things doing. She has work, stream.
Yeah, I guess I am pretty busy, but like I'll always make time for you. So I'll never say no to you.
Can you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself so you can get like a little soapbox and just self-promo?
The self-promo time. I'm Dr. Ashley. I'm a Sims 4 builder, YouTuber, and Twitch streamer. And I am mainly a builder, but I recently started doing gameplay on my Twitch channel. And I started YouTubing in 2017 and I started Twitching like a year ago. Or started streaming, not twitching.
It's been that long? It feels like you've been streaming more than a year.
It's been like a year and a month. I started, I only started streaming when we started like getting locked down because I started working from home. Like my company sent us home. So because I've been working from home for a year, that's why I started streaming because I had like time because I was just sitting at home all day. Whereas before I'd be at the office like till like really late. So I wouldn't be able to like get home and stream in time because I'd be too tired. But now with work from home, I like have time and energy to like just hit live the second I end work. So it worked out actually like kind of good because this past year I've been at home a lot.
I mean, that's great, honestly. I'm glad you started streaming because I tend to lurk in a lot of streams. And so I look in yours and it's so comforting just to have your stream in the background while I'm working on like videos and stuff. So it feels great to have like that comfort person to go to listen and stuff.
Yeah, thanks. I know like so many Sim streamers have popped up this year and it's just like everyone has such like a nice, comfy, cozy vibe with like the right amount of chaos. And it's just like, I don't know, everyone in the Sims community is like so lovely. And I'm so glad that I joined. It's been like one of the best like years ever, despite all of the other things that have been happening in the world. Like the past year has been really great for like community building and like friendships online and stuff. So I feel like there's always like an upside to things despite like other things being bad. Like we made the most of it, I feel like.
We did. I feel like the Sims community is so strong, and it's been like booming so much on Twitch like ever since last year. Yeah, a lot of Sim streamers, including yourself, have gotten partnered, which is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so glad to see the Sims community thrive and just, discover new streamers that I haven't even like either heard of or haven't like didn't even know they started streaming. So it feels great.
I know. So many more friends. And it's awesome because like I was on YouTube for the most part, like for the majority of my Sims career, I've been on YouTube. And YouTube's like not as interactive with other people. Like even other creators, it's like kind of hard to like go onto other like creators' YouTube videos and like comment on their video. Like you can't really like become friends with them as much. But Twitch is like so much easier to like interact with people, obviously, because of the chat and stuff. So it's like so much easier to make friends on Twitch versus YouTube. It's a little bit like awkward because it's like, will they see my comment? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I feel you. Because like with YouTube, they do live streaming, but it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean. It's like I was talking to somebody and saying that YouTube feels so one-sided when it comes to like the comment section. Like you make a comment and then they respond and like that's pretty much it. And it's like, I don't really kind of get that genuine connection. From YouTube.
It's like they're writing like a Yelp review or something. Like it doesn't really feel like they're talking to you. And then like even comments, sometimes they refer to me in the third person, which is really annoying. Like they won't say like, where can I get your builds? Like how can I download it? They'll be like, they'll talk like refer to me as she. Like they'll just like talk to the masses, but not actually to me. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes they'll refer to you in the third person and it's like they're not really talking to you. So I don't know. It's just like really different in the YouTube comment section versus like Twitch chat.
It feels weird because I mean, it like now that you said it sounds like a Yelp review, it really does. Yeah. There's the like, which is like rating your company or whatever, and then the commenting like I think of this and that, and then it's like you're the company, like the management team saying, I'm sorry about you felt this way, da 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 da. It's so funny.
It's actually so true. It's like, and they write sometimes these big paragraph comments, like talking about different parts of the video that they liked. And it's so great to read those really long comments, but it is like not conversational. It's a little bit different. Like I love reading my YouTube comments. Like I read every single comment. Like I never miss a comment. And I'm not at the like size and quantity of comments where I can't read them all. Like I can still read every single one. And I love it, but you can't really like reply because sometimes it's like, oh, it was sent a week ago. Like, is it too late to reply to this comment? Like, did they forget about the video by now? Is it like, it's so different. It's like not a conversation, even though it's still like rewarding. It's still like, it's different. It's awkward.
It is. I feel weird, like, because I still have so many comments. I try to respond to every single comment that I get, and I still do that ever since I started YouTube. And there are moments where I'm like, oh no. Oh, like 3 weeks have gone by. Should I respond? Should I not respond? I'm just going to like it and heart it and go about my day.
Yeah, thank goodness they added the little heart feature because then you can at least acknowledge it because I want everyone to know that I did read it. Like I want to acknowledge it, but sometimes I don't know what to say and it would be like weird to just be like, thank you, like 500 times. So... But I definitely get that where it's been like a week or 2 weeks and I'm like, oh, I can't reply now. It's been too long.
It's like I can't do it. It feels like awkward and cringy.
Awkward.
Like, I don't want to respond.
Yeah.
Why did you choose the name Dr. Ashley? Because when I saw your channel so many years ago, I'm like, is she an actual doctor? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Another YouTuber's a doctor. Nice. Like Dr. Mike.
Oh my gosh. Literally so many people ask me this and like I don't know why, like some people say I give off like legitimate doctor vibes. But I'm not a doctor. Like I'm not a real doctor. I didn't go to medical school. I don't have a PhD, like literally nothing. But when I was growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. So like as a
Oh.
kid, like I thought I was going to be a doctor. And then like even my parents used to get me like doctor's kits, like little play sets and
Ooh.
stuff. And like I thought I was going to be a doctor. Like that was my goal. But then when I got to high school, I was like really bad at science. So you had to take like chem and bio and physics and stuff like that. And I was just so bad at it. And then they're like, you need to have like all 3 sciences if you want to go to medical school. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm out. Like I'm out.
Mm-mm.
I can't be a doctor. But then by then I had already like made all my social media handles, like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I had made it Dr. Ashley, because that's when like social media started popping up back when we were in like grade 7 or whatever. So
Yeah.
I made all my social media handles. So I just like kept it. I just didn't think to change it because I already had all of the names all secured. So I'm like, I don't really want to change it. So, and I also didn't think that I would like get that far. Like I didn't assume that I was gonna like get an audience, so I didn't think my name really mattered. and then yeah, now I just have it.
And now it matters.
And
See,
now it
you stuck with it for this long. It was meant to be.
Yeah. Now I am a doctor. I'm a Sims doctor now.
Yeah, you're you're a pro.
Yeah.
You know all the knowledge, the expertise of building, gameplay, the Sims.
Yes, I fix all the yucky EA builds and I fix them up. And
Yeah,
I'm a
'cause,
doctor of builds.
Yeah, you do so well at building. Like when I remember, it was like 2017. It was like years ago, and I don't remember if you remember this or not, but I remember it was 2017. I got the exact email too. It was November 28th, 2017 at 10:27 p.m. timestamped and everything. Because back then, I used to have this series on my YouTube channel when I was literally a nobody. I think so. I had this series called Sim This Showcase, where I would showcase a different like Sims YouTuber or whatever.
I know exactly
every single
what
day.
you're talking about. Oh my god.
Yeah. And I remember because I'm like, wait, I forgot Dr. Ashley. She emailed me so long ago, so many years ago. Like she wanted to be highlighted. I'm like, oh, sure, like cool. And it was your like couples retreat, like base game home.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It was so crazy because I'm like full circle moment. And I'm like, you were the sole reason why I loved base game builds the most because I thought base game was absolutely terrible. The one I could not build, but you did it so well. And I love how you have like these backstories for everything and like how your audience suggests like builds for you and still to this day, which is amazing. And you build those suggestions. And I think when I was deciding like who I wanted to like do a video for and all that stuff, I was like, okay, who can I choose? And like you came across like a very kind, genuine person and watched your video. And I was like, oh, she seems very sweet. And I like her build. It's so good, so detailed. Even base game back then in 2017. I was like, I'm going to pick her because she's cool and it's base game. And I think a lot of people can benefit from this because base game only builds go a long way. And they still do. And I applaud you. So I'm glad
Gosh.
I picked you. But it was
Dude, you have no idea. So I remember, I think you were like the first simmer to follow me back on Twitter. And I
think so.
Okay, so even I've always been an agenda person. So I like write my whole life in my agenda. It's like something for organization, but I also put like important life events and stuff into it. Like it's kind of like a diary / agenda. And I legit wrote in my agenda when you followed me back on Twitter and when you chose me for that Sims Showcase series. Like I wrote it in my agenda with like all these stickers, being so excited, being like, this is like the start of my like Sims journey. Like I remember feeling so like happy that like someone as big as you would like think that I had talent, and I was so excited. Like, oh my gosh, I just remember telling my mom, and like my mom was so excited, my dad was so excited.
Oh my gosh.
And like it's just so nice to have like the validation, you know, when you're like first starting out. It's like kind of scary to put videos online and just like put yourself out there, but then like when you like acknowledged me, it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm a simmer, like I'm a real simmer.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I said in that video, to be honest. All I know was probably along the lines, you were very nice and very sweet and a very talented builder. And then I went to your video that you submitted. You are just so good at what you do. Like, your talent comes across so well from like your face cam videos that you did back then. Like, I remember you would do, if people don't know, it was years ago, but if they don't know, you did like face cam videos at the beginning of your build and talk about it and stuff. And then you went like into a voiceover mode. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, I get to see the person behind the voice. And I'm like, oh, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I remember when I first started, I wanted, because I felt like, oh, how am I supposed to like differentiate myself in the Sims like speed build universe? Because I felt there was like so many speed builders out there, and like that was back then. Now there's even, you know, a million times more than there was before. But I remember being like, how can I differentiate myself? And that's why I wanted to do Facecam, because I'm like, at least if people come to my channel and they stumble across a video, I want them to, if they happen to stumble across another video, like I want them to be able to recognize me, be like, oh, I think I've seen this girl before or something like that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's difficult if it's just a voice. Like maybe you might forget what my voice sounds like, especially in the beginning when you're just starting out. And then that's also why I wanted to do base game only, is because I felt like there was maybe like a gap in the speed building. Like a lot of people used a lot of packs, so maybe I could like provide some extra value there where I only build with base game. It's also like a nice little challenge for me. And I was honestly also just like navigating the game because I hadn't played in like years. So it was like a way for me to like learn the game again, and I didn't want to be like too overwhelmed with all the packs. So I just like, I only had base game myself. Like I didn't even buy any of the packs back then. I just bought the base game and started a YouTube channel. So I really didn't have much in the beginning at all until like I think 6 months in, I bought City Living, and that was my first pack. And then yeah, I got them so slowly. Like I didn't like buy them all that quickly. I just like worked with what I had, I guess.
I think going that slow was probably a good thing. I don't know. In my humble opinion, I think it's smart. So, I mean, you did so good with your base game builds, and I'm so glad that the more packs you bought, your builds got even better. And it's like your brain and your talent was just like going wild. Like you were a kid in a candy store, just building all these cool things. And
oh my gosh.
I think that's what made me excited to like watch your videos all the time, is that you were different and you would do like face cam, because back then I don't think anyone did face cam videos for literally anything.
I don't think anyone did, except for like maybe Let's Plays, maybe. Like I don't think anyone did it for speed builds, that's for sure.
No. And now everybody does them. So I'm like, oh, okay. Did you ever have like this weird feeling that you would start a YouTube channel and it would go somewhere? Like it would grow exponentially fast, and you would be like this reigning, adorable, kind influencer in the Sims community that you would, I don't know, like I guess encourage other people to be whoever they want to be?
I feel like when I think back to like defining moments, like I honestly do think back to like you literally giving me acknowledgement. I remember like I was like, it's happening. But like I mean, you always like hope that people are going to watch you and hope that you have something to offer. But like I also like knew, I was very aware that I was still like learning and growing, and I wanted to keep getting better at building. Like looking back, I'm like, how did people honestly like watch my videos? Because they're so, in my opinion, like I think they're better now. Like I don't the stuff I used to do, I don't know, maybe it was good at the time. Maybe like we've gotten so many more features in the game now that looking back, like the builds look so old fashioned and simple because we have way more like things in the game now. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I just like took it month by month, and I always remember thinking like I don't care about like the subs. I just want like to know that people are like watching it and enjoying, you know, like even if they don't subscribe, but if they at least watched it, like I know that my, you know, my efforts didn't go to waste. Like someone out there probably enjoyed it and like spent 15 minutes or something like that watching the video. So I didn't really get too hung up about like growth in numbers or anything like that. And then all of a sudden things just like happened, I guess. I don't really know. It's weird. Things just like grow. And also, like, to be fair, like I work full time, so
Yeah.
sometimes I don't really notice because I have other things going on. And then all of a sudden I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've grown like 5,000 subs in a month or something. And sometimes you don't really notice because you just like are doing other things. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Like your brain's going like 50 miles a minute and like, oh, didn't notice that. And then
yeah.
people tell you. So I'm like, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, and it's like you still acknowledge like the milestones and stuff, but it's not like you're conscious of like the growth or the rate of growth every single day. It's just, you know, exciting things happen and you just take it day by day and you just enjoy the journey and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember like when I started, I like made sure that I knew in the beginning to know that like no matter like what your numbers are, it's never going to be like enough. Like you're never going to think you've reached your
Mhm.
peak. So don't worry about what your sub count is because it's not like if someone handed you 1,000,000 subs tomorrow, you'd be at your happiest in your whole life. Like it doesn't work that way. You just have to
Mhm.
enjoy the entire process like every single day. If you're like I am just as happy as I am now as back when I hit 100 subscribers. Like it's the same amount of enjoyment and happiness and excitement. So it's like don't worry about there's no end goal, right? You just want to the end goal is happiness, like everlasting happiness, you know, and enjoyment of what you do. So it's just like yeah, I was very like set on that right from the beginning is that there is no end goal. It's just have fun. And I think that
Yeah.
I've been doing that every day. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been happy every day doing it. I've never wanted to quit.
That's good. Oh, I wanted to ask you. So you had a Sims 4 Let's Play 3 years ago. And it was around like the Christmas
Oh
season.
my gosh.
Whatever happened to Jennifer? Hmm?
Oh my gosh.
Do you still have her and
I
everything?
don't
Or like,
know. Well, I don't even
oh,
know. That was on like my old computer. I definitely still have the save file. But yeah,
ooh,
I guess oh my gosh, I don't even know why I did a let's play. I think like I intended to do let's plays on my channel just as much as speed builds when I first started, but then like I was
yeah.
recording on like a laptop and the laptop fan was just like going so loud while I'm trying to record, so I just decided I'm like, yeah, my computer cannot handle recording let's plays. So I didn't continue, but I mean, now it's been like 2 years since then, and I've finally revisited Let's Plays. But
Yay.
yeah, but I feel like I've taken such a long break from gameplay that there's so many new features that I like don't know how to play the
Yeah.
game anymore. Like it's actually so difficult because there's so much going on at once, like neighborhood action plans and like all this stuff. And I've had like loans for my student debt for ages that I'm trying to pay off. And like the power will go out from the land grabs or I don't know. There's like random neighborhood action plans for the energy conservation. And I'm just like, I'm so confused now because I haven't been staying like super updated with gameplay. And like as soon
Yeah.
as I start a new game, they're like, "Do you want to go to Batu?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want
Like,
to go to
no.
Batu."
No, no. I don't want to go there. It's horrifying.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I mean, I like gameplay. I'm like loving it so much, which I kind of like got lost in building only for so long, but I honestly like I love gameplay now, which I'm so happy about. I owe that to Twitch because they encourage me to do actual gameplay and they're enjoying it too, my community. So it's very fun. Very fun.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like, honestly, it feels great to know that you're dibbling dabbling into gameplay again because I love that series. And it was definitely very fun to watch that. And now, like in 2021, like so many years after, like listening to your like Sim self that you do on Twitch is so cool.
Yeah.
How are the children?
I had twins. I had 2 twin girls. And yeah, as soon as I took them back to the apartment, I heard the double screaming, crying babies. I was like, yep, it's time to wrap up today's stream and start again next week. I was like, not today, not today. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to do some family gameplay because I honestly haven't. Because even in my original Let's Play, Jen was like a single person. So I've never controlled like multiple Sims on camera before. So this will be interesting to see if I can actually run a functioning family of 4 and 2 pets in The Sims. So yeah, we'll see. I usually always play solo. Like even when I play on my own time, like I play as like a single DoctorAshley and I don't add any Sims. I just like max out all their skills. Like I don't really do anything. I never really get married. I just like, do my thing.
I feel like having multiple Sims in the household is very chaotic. I don't know why I ever did the 100 baby challenge. I thought because, it'd be fun to do. But that's...
Oh my gosh.
My limit is like 4 Sims max. And it'd be 5 depending on what Sims game I'm playing and how much I have to do.
Yeah.
But max is like 5.
Yeah, 5 is like... No more. 5 is hopefully manageable. But like 100 baby challenge, when you have like all the toddlers and the babies, it's just... It's a no. It's just stressful.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the kids can feed themselves and the teens can help with the toddlers, I am fine. I don't care. But the devil spawn of the streams, no, cannot do it. Won't do it.
Just pray that the toddlers get the the independent trait or whatever, the one that makes them be able to go to the bathroom by themselves. Yeah, that's the best.
Very, very lovely. So the next question I wanted to ask you, so we're like 5 months in, and like by the time this episode comes out, it'll be June. Oh. But I wanted to ask you, what's been something you have been doing that you've been enjoying thus far this year?
In 2021?
A book or anything?
A book? You outing me for not reading in like over a year?
Well, I haven't read a book in like 3 years, so you're fine.
Oh my gosh, I actually haven't. I don't know. Like I've honestly haven't really changed anything for like a year. Like I've just been working, streaming, YouTube, like on repeat. In the beginning of the year, I tried to exercise more, but I kind of lost it after 2 months.
Me.
And then I have been playing a lot of, and I guess like I'm just such a gamer, right? But I've been playing a lot of games offline, like off stream, just for myself. Ooh. Which I think I always didn't want to start a game by myself because I felt like this weird feeling of like, oh my gosh, is it going to waste because I'm not creating content on it? Like, should I be streaming this instead? Is it a waste to just do it by myself? But then I'm like, no, because gaming by yourself is a completely different experience than gaming on stream. So I should just like enjoy gaming and taking time for myself. And not everything has to be like for content or for the stream and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot more of that this year, like guilt-free, which I don't know. I don't know if like you feel that way too. Like if you're doing something, like you feel like you need to like do it for content or something. I don't know. I just kind of feel that way.
I've been feeling like that for years actually. And I still do kind of, but I've realized that it's okay to like play games when you're not streaming or recording, because when you're constantly on, you're focused on like a certain amount of tasks you have to do in like that amount of time. Because if you record it, you got to edit that down somehow, or we're streaming it, you stream for a certain amount of hours. But yeah, I feel like I've been doing that more often where I'm just playing on my Switch or playing BitLife on my phone and just doing whatever. Because I've been playing this game called Jenny LeClue. It's like a mystery murder type of game, and it's so good. Just playing on my Switch on the couch, just relaxing, or playing Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, has been pretty good lately for me.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I mean, it's good because it's hard because when like gaming is your like job,
yeah,
it's like, am I logging unpaid overtime by just playing these games and not recording it? But
exactly.
it really is, it can be a job and an enjoyment too.
It
Like, so
is.
it's
I
hard to
guess you
find the
got to do
balance,
better.
but I feel like especially during like this past year, we've been just like indoors gaming like 10 times more than usual because we can't leave the
Hmm.
house. But
I mean, this is like the first year. Yeah, I guess my first full year since I graduated university where I didn't have really anything,
mhm.
and where like YouTube and Twitch is like my full-time job, and so is this podcast, that I'm able to do things on my own where I don't have to focus on like school, my other two jobs, and my other extracurricular activities that I had going on in university.
Mhm.
I can now breathe for
Yes.
once.
Well, it doesn't seem
Um,
like you're like breathing that much. Like you're still grinding so hard.
well,
Like you
yeah.
you haven't taken any time off after
Well,
graduating. You've just been on to so many things. You always have like a project or a team you're running or a podcast or daily
yeah.
upload or Twitch. You're like one of the hardest workers I know. It's crazy.
I have to constantly be busy or I'll get bored very quickly. It's like I need to like have a project or work on something. So I put my head into the game of I want to stream every day except 2 days of the week. I want to upload every other day on YouTube, and I've been doing that since I graduated, which is great. And like start a podcast finally on my 25th birthday. And so I think I'm a person that just doesn't like to have downtime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you to be fair, when you work full time doing what you do, like you enjoy it so much that it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
probably. I mean, obviously it's stressful and obviously it's a ton of work, but at least it's probably a lot of fun at the same time, which is you're very lucky for that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I enjoy what I do, to be honest, and it's fun to create content. And kind of going back to what you were saying, that you take days off to like play games, whatever you want to do off camera. I always have this habit of playing these games and then thinking if I want to record it later on for like a future update video. Like for example, I think House Flipper, I've been playing that game a
Mm.
lot, a lot.
Hmm.
And I was like, what if I like record a video and do something about this as like a renovation, like fixing this ugly house to make it better, or recreating that house in The Sims. Like I always think of like new ideas that I could do to like quote unquote reinvent myself, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
No, that's good.
I
I
don't know.
mean, that's like the mind you need to have to thrive in this space though, right? Like always thinking of new
Yeah.
ideas and new ways to like create content or just like things to like spice things up on your channel or just in the community in general. So I mean, you're always full of ideas, Stephen. You're definitely made for this.
No, you're made for this. You literally have so many ideas. Like if people look at your channel right now, it's like full of different ideas that I could not think of because my little noodle brain can't think half of the time. But it's like when I see your channel, I can see a lot of imaginative builds that not necessarily a lot of people can really, I guess people can do, but don't know if they could do it or not successfully. But you have a series on your channel called Love It or Listed, and also Curb Appeal.
Hmm.
Like, how did you think of those ideas for your channel? Was you inspired by like an HD TV show or
Yes.
something like that?
Yes. So I like live and breathe HGTV ever since I was a young child. My mom always watched it, so we'd pretty much always be watching it. It's always on the TV, HGTV. There is a show called Love It or Listed, and it's actually filmed in Canada, or one of the series of Love It or Listed. There's like a couple different ones, but one of them is filmed like in my city, and it's about
Ooh,
renovation. So I was like, because all the EA builds are so stinky, I was like, this could be a cool
yeah.
like thing to renovate and like have a budget. And with my Love It or Listed, I always want to like make it semi-realistic where I try and keep some of the furniture. At least in the beginning, I tried to like keep some of the furniture to like make it like save some money here and there. Or like if I'm renovating a house, I don't want to touch the exterior too much because it's not super realistic to like completely change the whole foundation of the home. So yeah, that was, I don't know. I think in the beginning, I just wanted to come up with like cool concepts that people could remember me by instead of just being like naming the video Sims 4 renovation. I wanted to name it like a series, like Love It or List It. So people would be like, oh yeah, that's the Love It or List It girl that does renovations. So I think in the beginning, I just wanted to try and like brand it some way. Like nowadays, I kind of just upload like general speed builds. I don't always stick to a series because I'm a little bit more comfortable in my content. But I think, I took a lot of inspiration from HGTV. Same with Curb Appeal. I think Curb Appeal is an HGTV show as well. I didn't watch it, but I was just like looking at the names of them. And yeah, because Curb Appeal is like about exteriors. And then I wanted a series where I recreated exteriors. So it kind of like fit together. That like Curb Appeal means outside and I replicate outside. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There's actually a show called Curb Appeal. I just looked it up, even loving to listen, like, oh my gosh, there's so many good shows.
Yeah.
Like I watch a lot of HGTV shows a lot, like religiously. It's kind of a bad habit. Like Fixer Upper and, Property Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like Clean House is not even part of that brand, but I used to watch that show a lot with Niecy Nash. And I've been like watching this one show called Fixer to Fabulous, and I kind of want to recreate a series like that on YouTube because it looks so good. But
is it on HGTV? What is it called? Fixer to Fab?
Yeah, Fixer to Fabulous.
Ooh, hey, it would work well with the new pack, with the new renovation pack.
Exactly.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's actually my plan. I've already started like renovating the house right now, but I'm just waiting to get the pack so I can start using it.
I know, it's like I can't properly play the game until we have our hands on the pack because now I know what we're missing. So, but no, I'm excited for your series. Hopefully HGTV doesn't come and copyright all of us Simmers for stealing all of their shows.
Because like I was asking Kayla this, and I even asked like, is her Fixer Upper show inspired by it? And she said, yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, what if they all sue us? I'm like, I don't have time for that, nor I don't have like the mental capacity to think about getting sued by their company. But then like low-key, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got sued by HGTV. What a coinkydink. Oh my.
They're going to come for all three of us. They're going to come for Kayla, me, and you for stealing their shows.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm just a Sims builder.
Yeah, it's free great. Promo for their show. It's free promo for their show. Exactly. They should be thankful.
Yeah, I literally even have a Sim already created and everything because I love storytelling a lot. And so it makes perfect sense to have a generalized Sim that I created with a backstory that makes sense for, interior design, but also has a hint of fashion as well. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be great. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm so excited. No, I'm going to like be preparing my family to like switch, even in my Let's Play, I'm going to switch my Sim from a doctor. I'm saying goodbye to the doctor career and I'm going to be an interior designer. So I'm like ready. Yes. I'm ready to like switch it all up and play at the new pack. I'm very excited.
Let's go.
Very excited.
Like, what's your most favorite thing that you're looking forward to the new pack? Because I love the kitchen so much.
Oh my gosh. Sectional couches.
Yeah.
I've been asking for them for, I want to say like over a year now. Like I think I must have asked like every single time SimGuru Ninja comes into my Twitch chat for over a year. My whole chat is like sectional couches. Like we are completely on board. And then when they announced the sectional couches, like I actually shed like a single tear in my right eye. I don't usually cry over The Sims 2, but I was tearing up. I was like, I can't believe it's happening. It's like everything I've ever asked for. in The Sims, and they're putting it in this lovely pack along with amazing kitchen stuff, which is like my favorite room to build in a house is the kitchen. So it's honestly just like my
Yeah,
dream pack. It's everything I've
it
ever
is.
wanted in life.
It's like that pack alone is what I think all of us builders technically needed in a
Hmm.
way, because though the sectional couches, the different variations of like the kitchens and the
Modular stuff.
stove.
Oh, the
Yeah.
stove. Oh my
It's like,
gosh. The
yeah, the countertop
yes.
stove.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
so excited.
Yeah.
It's like the best pack we ever have gotten. It's not even out yet by the time people listen, like we're recording this, but it's like I need it
Yeah.
now. Simgro Ninja's just teasing everybody to like the day it releases, like, we can't have it, but you have it.
I
Why?
know. He's so mean, tweeting out all those little sneak peeks and stuff. It's painful. It's
uh,
painful. But honestly, like, I feel like The Sims this year has been like killing it so hard. Like, every
yeah,
single thing they come out with this year has been like great. Like, obviously, not everything's gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but like overall, I would
true.
say that I've been really happy with the stuff they've been giving us this year. It's been A
Yeah.
plus. A
A
plus.
plus. A plus indeed. For the people who don't know, when did you start playing The Sims? Because I read in my email you haven't played The Sims since you were the age of 10. But of course, when you start your YouTube channel, it's been more than that, more than longer than that. But I don't know. But
Yeah.
oh, but yeah, when did you
I
start?
started when I must have been around 10 years old, maybe a bit younger. It was back when Sims 2 was out. So
Oh my
what I don't know what
gosh,
year that would have been, but I was definitely like a
like
child.
2004.
2004. Okay, so I was like, yeah, I was like in grade 3 or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so I played The Sims 2 and I didn't have any
Mhm.
packs and I
Okay.
just played in like a rectangular box without a roof.
Oh.
Like I like I didn't know how to build. So I
Okay.
just did like family gameplay. And I remember back then there were like burglars and like you could go to private school and there were like all those cutscenes and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Oh my god.
like I
The cutscenes
yeah,
ones are
I
scary.
really like the cutscenes though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember much. I just remember like playing for hours and I remember you could get like a money tree and stuff. I don't really know. It was so long
Oh,
ago. It was so
yeah.
much fun though. But I remember one time I was playing a
Yeah.
family for like months and then I never changed houses. I always would just stay in the same house the whole time because again, I didn't know how to build or anything. And I would
Mhm.
one time like I accidentally like paged up or like went up to the top of the house and noticed that there was no roof on it. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize my house looked so bad from the outside, but I just didn't know how to build and I didn't care back then. So that's
I mean,
fine.
luckily you didn't have seasons or your house would have been snowed in.
Yeah, no
It would
seasons.
have been
For sure,
bad.
no seasons.
No, no. Do you have like a favorite memory that you remember from like back then playing The Sims 2?
I just remember playing it for like hours, like literally losing track of time and just playing nonstop. And like to the point where like my eyes would be like kind of sore after because I was staring at the
I remember
screen
those
for so
days.
long. I remember that was like a very common thing back when I was a kid where my fingers would
Yes.
be kind of sweaty because I'd just like be touching the keyboard all day. I was like, ew, I was so gross, but I just played it all the time, and like I liked it because I think it was like one of the like first I guess like solo games that I'd play because I played a lot of like Nintendo games with like my brother and stuff, a lot of like multiplayer stuff. But The Sims was
Mhm.
something that was like just me and just me alone controlling everything. Like my brother didn't like tell me what to do or anything like that. So I really enjoyed it as a kid. It was like my thing.
Oh, that's nice. I still play The Sims 2 till this day.
Aw.
I just play it religiously.
Where do you get
I
it?
think that, well, because around when like I've always bought The Sims 2 when they were releasing the games, or at least my parents bought them for
Mm-hmm.
me. But then it was around like The Sims 4, like when it first became a thing, when they announced it, and I think when it got released, they were doing like this giveaway or like this code that people could use. and get the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection for free on Origin. And so around that time, I snagged it so quick that I'm like, I need to have this now. And so I've had it ever since the Ultimate Collection since 2014. I've been playing it constantly.
My gosh. So you have it on Origin. It's not like the old
Origin
school discs or anything.
I still got those as well.
I'm like, I don't think my computer has a CD player thingy. But I wish I could get it.
So speaking of The Sims, anyway, you have a true talent for building. And I want to know, because I never really know what goes into this at all, but I'm assuming EA contacted you saying, hey, can you build us a house for our new stuff pack that you can't tell anybody for a couple months? So for the paranormal stuff pack, like, how did that even work?
My gosh. I remember when they contacted me and they're like, oh, do you want to have like a meeting? There was just like a meeting. It was just a meeting. So I'm like, okay, like, are we filming another reality show or like what's happening? it could literally be anything, right? And I didn't know if it was like a private meeting or like with like all the game changers or whatever. And then I'm in the meeting and there's like SimGuru Ninja and a bunch of the other like concept artists and developers and art directors and stuff, and obviously SimGuru Frost, and they're like, okay, I still don't really know what's happening. And then then they told me about what was going down and if I wanted to build them a haunted house for the stuff pack. And like the whole time, it was like a video cam meeting, obviously, and like the whole time I was trying to like act like cool and professional because like these are all people that are like working at EA, like even though and I was like trying to be like, I'm a professional, influencer, I don't know. So but I was like really trying to like contain my excitement. I really just wanted to like scream and be like, yes, I would love to. But at the end of the meeting, it was funny because obviously I wasn't going to say no. Like, who would say no to that? But they were kind of like, so is this something you would be interested in? Like, would you like to accept the opportunity? Or I don't remember how they phrased it, but I was like, obviously, yes. Like, did you think I would say no? So it was very fun. And then after that, there were, multiple meetings and stuff like that to go over all of the items and multiple revisions of my build. Like I'd send it to them and they'd send it back to me and we'd make some changes and they'd suggest different changes here and there because it was like trying to merge my style with like the concept artists and the art director's kind of vision for stuff. And like I wanted to respect like their intentions for how they wanted the pack portrayed as well as obviously my style. So it was a little bit it was really like nerve-wracking because I'm like, I know what my style is, but I'm not sure if I can like properly capture what they want. But that's why it was good that we had so many revisions and stuff. And then even after all that, I forgot a trash can on the lot. So
at least Kayla didn't notice.
Nobody noticed. I was like stalking everyone's review. Like I was going to like Kayla's review. I was going to like James's review, and like they all kind of looked at my builds, and I'm like, okay, nobody noticed the trash can, so we're fine.
Oh my goodness, that's wild because as you know, because you renovate a lot of EA builds, they lack furniture. But I was like, that's not an ordinary build. Because I knew it was built by you because you made a video. But I think when I opened up the gallery and I got the pack, I think I didn't know or something. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But I was like, that's not an ordinary EA build. Like we all know sometimes when there's like more than like 15, 30 items in one build with good landscaping, not ordinary build from The Sims. No, it's a person with the community that they know.
Yeah, no, they're really good. They even let me use debug. Like they let me use some of the debug vines, like to make the vines go up the side of the house and stuff. The only thing is they didn't let me use bb.move objects, obviously, but they did allow some debug, which was nice. And and I wanted to ask like, oh, how many items can I put in? And they're like, oh, we'll just put as many as you want and then we'll test it. And then if we need to remove items, we'll remove items. So I'm like trying to jam as many items in as possible and like see if like, because you might as well put more. And then if they have to delete some, it's fine. So I put as many as I could and they approved it. So it was all good.
Oh, that's good. Wait, were you allowed to like alt place?
Yeah. Alt place was fine, just no bb.move objects. So yeah, if they come knocking on your door, Steven, you'll know the rules. No bb.move objects, but alt placing is fine.
Oh.
And some debug.
I'm fine with
just
that.
sneak in some debug. They won't notice.
No, they will not. Hopefully they are not listening to this episode. Oh my gosh, it'd be wild. But no, that'd be like I've screamed out into the heavens. I should probably tweet it because I've only said it on streams, but I'm going to tweet it eventually saying I want to build, if we ever get a Generations like expansion pack, I would love to make one of the families and one of the houses with a backstory, because that will be literally my dream of all the three things that I love doing: storytelling, building, and create a sim.
Yes. No, you definitely have to build for one of the packs. 100%. If they
I would love to.
Like, they really should keep utilizing the community, because like we're respectfully, we're way better. So I mean, it's your full-time job, so obviously you're going to be good at it. So they should use your talents. I think 2021, it's going to happen. You're going to build your name's going to be in the credits of a pack for sure.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
We're manifesting,
and I can just frame it.
Yes.
Oh, did you frame yours? Like, you just took a screenshot and just framed it?
I didn't frame it, but I do have it saved on my documents folder.
Very good.
Yeah, and like when I remember when the pack was released, like my build was on like the front page and everything. So I like had all that framed, or not framed, but screenshotted. It's as good as framing. But
that's good.
Yeah. It's like, I kind of think though, after that happened, because we did Sparked last year, and then I did the pack this year. In my head, I'm kind of like, what more could I do? Like, surely I have peaked in the Sims community. Like, what more could they ever ask me to do? Like, I've done, like, I don't know. Like, obviously I don't
voice act.
Yeah, voice acting. I'll be the next soundtrack.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's what I wanted to talk to you about that as well, the Sims Spark, because your voiceovers are just like chef kiss. Like, it's so like, I don't know. It was like not Mean Girls, but it's
the Gossip Girl one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was so good. Because I'm like, you should like voice act for one of like, or do the voiceovers for one of the gameplay trailers or something.
Oh yeah.
Or like the trailer in general, because that will be very cool.
Oh my gosh.
Like, think about it.
Oh my gosh. That would be crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, that'd be fun.
You know, you're going to tweet SimGrew Frost like, hello? Can DoctorAshley voice act in one of the gameplay trailers, please?
Oh my gosh. Imagine if they had like a bunch of us do the voice acting for it. That'd actually be so fun. If you could like hear so like familiar voices in the trailers and stuff. That'd just be like a nice little fun thing. Oh, they should totally do that.
Yeah. I'm going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it tomorrow. So I remember when I got my initial, I guess, email or like phone call or something. I have no idea. Well, I got my initial contact about the Sims Sparked, and it was so weird because I always assume that these emails are always fake or these phone calls are just not real at all.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, Andy's so lovely and tells you, like, be aware. I was like, what is this? What is that? Like, the Sims Sparked reality TV, or they didn't tell me what it was, the name of it. They said reality TV show. I'm like, about the Sims? And they said, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, sign me up. I didn't think anything of it, of what was going to happen or what was I going to expect being on the show. But now that I know, it's like, oh, this makes more sense. A lot more intense than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what was like your initial like reaction to you being on like a reality TV show about The Sims?
I I remember when I got contacted, they didn't tell me it was a reality show. They just said like special project or something like that. So it was like
Oh,
very
yeah.
mysterious.
Yeah,
Um
very secretive.
yeah, and then I remember like I didn't recognize the person who was reaching out to me, like so I was like looking them up
Same.
on LinkedIn to make sure they're legit.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, I'm like, is this a real person? But then I remember when the showrunner Allison, when they talked, like pitched it,
Yeah.
I was like very excited, but it was also clearly very secretive back then. So like
Mm-hmm.
nobody was talking about it. So I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, I don't know who else accepted this opportunity. Like, I don't know who else is going to be on the show. So
Yeah,
when,
neither did
like, obviously I
I.
was very excited to be a part of it, but I was like, is it going to be like a bunch of random people, or are they choosing influencers or game changers, or who are they choosing? Like, I just had no idea who was going to be there. So when I was like going to the hotel, I was like, am I going to like walk up and see people I recognize, or am I just going to be like alone and sitting in my hotel room alone? Like, I don't know. I was very excited, but it was hard to be excited because usually like even when we go to like EA Play and stuff, like we are in like
Yeah.
a group chat and we're like talking and getting hyped up about it. But for this, it was just like arriving in the dark, like by yourself. And like you couldn't
Yeah,
talk
it's
to
like,
anybody about it beforehand and like compare outfits or
nope.
wardrobe or anything. They just told us like what to bring and whatever. So I don't know. It was definitely like fun and exciting, but it was a little different because we had like no idea what we were walking into.
Yeah, all I know, I like the day I was flying out, I just took a picture and posted on Twitter, and I'm not kidding. I think I said, leaving the state or whatever, and Jen tweeted under that tweet saying, "Is it what I think it is?" And then she DM'd me and was like, "Yeah, it's about that." So I'm like, that's how I found out she was on it, and then that's usually how I figure
Oh
out
my
how
gosh.
she's on the Sims camps and stuff because we tend to chat a
Hmm.
lot about Sims. And so it's like really, really cool to at least have some intention of knowing who's going to be there, at least one person. Everything else shot in the dark, don't know. I have no idea who's going to be there. And of course, we've been to EA multiple times. And so it's like, this is new. Plus, we've never been on a reality TV show. Well, I
No,
don't
I've
know if you
never been
haven't,
on
but
a
no.
reality show.
But it's like, it's so weird that we're all like used to being in front of our computers with our cameras on, but not with cameras in our face or having to be timed for certain things at this high
Hmm.
level. I guess a lot of people just don't know uh, what it was like
Yeah.
being on that show. It was a little bit stressful,
It
actually, I would
was
say.
so stressful. Like even just standing there, like I don't think people realize like how many cameras were in the room at any given time. Like it looked
There were
like
so
we
many.
were like filming like Iron Man or something. Like there was like ones on like that
Yeah.
big crane arm. There were ones like on someone's like wearing like a backpack. They had all these other ones on like these huge tripods as if it's like CNN or something. Like there were so many cameras and people just like adjusting you and adjusting your hair and your mic like all the time. So many people behind the cameras like looking at you and stuff. And you're really self-conscious because at any given time, like there's a camera on you. It's like my face was like so stiff the whole time because I'm like, I don't want to like make a weird face because they're
Yeah.
filming at all angles.
Yeah.
So it was like hard. Even sometimes it's like hard to focus on the building too, because like there's cameras in your face and they're recording like everything you do. So it was definitely super. It was so
Oh,
different
yeah.
than what we're used to, but still fun, obviously.
Yeah, because you were the builder on the show for, I think,
Oh,
Team
cow plant. Yeah,
Cow
cow
Plant?
plant.
Yeah, I was Team Freezer
Yes.
Bunny, the best team, even though we
Second
got
best
eliminated
team.
episode
Second
1.
best.
But it's like building, I think back then, I was so under a lot of stress, and I'm so glad that they cut out me bawling my eyes out on in the episode. Like I cried the majority of the time throughout the entire like first
Wait, did
episode.
you?
So yeah, well, because you and like Avery and Steph were like doing something else, and then like all the teams were doing something else. And there was a camera talking to D. And I think it was like after the initial voting thing, before the second like round or whatever. I don't know what it was called. Like,
the second challenge.
That's
Oh
what it
yeah.
was. Yeah. It was like around that time. And all I know, Dee was talking to the camera about something, I think about our sim, Tosh. And then afterwards, it was like me and Jen in the back of the computers, like having a heart to heart. And then we just start crying. And then all these cameras just start bum rushing us. And like, get away from me. We were both sobbing. Luckily, they cut it out completely.
Wait, we were sitting right next to you. How did we miss this?
Well, no, because it was when we were starting to do the second challenge.
Oh, so we were like doing our own thing. Oh my gosh. I feel like everybody, let it be on the record that I'm almost 100% sure that everybody cried at least once.
Oh yeah, cried.
Whether or not it was shown on camera, I'm sure. Like probably just from like overall tired stress. Yeah.
Yeah. But though, I think that overall the show was pretty interesting because I love The Sims so much, and I know that you do too. And it's so great to see that they are putting The Sims on like the spotlight on national TV for people to see, and getting more eyes out there for the franchise and seeing it grow. So I think that the show was a very good idea for what they did. And I hope they do a season 2, because that'd be very fun. I wouldn't be a contestant.
A mentor. We should come back as mentors or judges or like a guest judge or something like that.
Yeah. Like all the guest builders help the builders and vice versa.
Yeah.
Fun.
I feel like it would like get more, because you know how they were always trying to get us to give little like anecdotes of like what we're feeling or what we're saying. I feel like if like we went on as like mentors to like talk to them, we'd be able to have like more genuine conversations with them instead of like talking to the camera guy who would be like, okay, tell me how you're feeling. And
it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it was definitely like such an honor to be on that show. Like, obviously, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm sure every single competition reality show is very stressful. Obviously, it's a competition. There was a lot of money at stake. So obviously, it's going to be stressful. And I really liked that whole like production team like really knew, like they're very organized, like they knew what they were doing, like it was so professional and like so well run. Like I really liked that part about it, because you could tell they've done this before. Like didn't they also do like RuPaul's Drag Race and like MasterChef and all that stuff? The same people that did all that, so they're definitely like pros. So it was really nice to work with like such a big production team and stuff like that. Such a good experience.
What was that guy's name? Because he was not, I would say personal assistant. He was like, I guess, bodyguard or something.
The bodyguard.
His name, because like all I know, he helped us so much when it came to the fact that we needed something on the spot, like water or whatever we needed. He was there, and it was so helpful. I thought he was like very strict, but no, he really wasn't. He was just being very kind and genuine. Personally,
they were called like, I don't know, I can't remember what his name was, but they're called runners, right? And they would fill up our water, and they would like like hold our jackets and stuff.
His name was Trask. I found
it.
Trask.
Oh my gosh, Trask. Oh my gosh. He did the James Charles one too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think he did that one, and then it was he worked with Joey Graceffa on his YouTube series or show.
Oh my gosh, really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Did someone mention it in the chat or something?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
Trask. Oh my gosh.
Hard ice.
Hard ice. Oh my gosh. That was, oh my gosh. Good memories. It's funny because like, even though it was so stressful at the time, like looking back on it now that it's been like a year or 2 years or whatever, like I just remember like the fun parts of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you just block out the stress, and it was really fun to spend, you know, so many days straight with everybody.
Yeah, because it was so good because we all knew each other, and it felt great to know that we weren't just going into blind. Not well, we did, but when we got there, we felt relief that we knew each other
Hmm.
and we could communicate and not have this awkward feeling that, oh, we can't talk to you because we don't know who you are, or like we don't have like that genuine, like, I guess,
Yeah.
connection towards each
Yeah, especially
other.
since we couldn't talk to each other that much with the hard ice. Like it would have been awkward if we didn't
Yeah.
know each other
Hmm.
because we'd want to get to know each other, but we wouldn't be allowed. But because we obviously knew each other, we could just like communicate with our eyeballs and have
Yeah,
conversations.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we
we
knew what we
know.
were talking about without actually talking.
Yeah,
No, it was fun. It was just like a big
exactly.
Sims camp,
Sims
but
camp.
we're
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we're constantly working. Like we're there for work, but it was worth it. It felt like I always like when we go to these Sims camps events, I never assume them as vacation because I'm like, one, we're
Yeah.
all working, and then two, it's like a get together family
Yeah.
reunion of seeing people
Yeah, it's a
again.
big family
I don't know.
reunion. And it's like half family reunion and half like working. When we do like the game capture, we're just like head down working so hard trying
Yeah.
to record and stuff like that. And then afterwards it's just like fun family catch up and stuff. It's so much fun. I hope we get to
Yeah.
do another meetup this year, hopefully.
Me too.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm fully vaccinated, so
Oh,
which is
awesome.
great.
I'm half vaccinated as of
Ooh,
Monday, so hopefully soon, full
yay.
vaccination soon.
Oh, that's so good. I hope that we get to meet again because it's like the world's becoming, I guess, a better place is as I would put it. But I feel like it's becoming more clear that it's quote unquote safe to see people in person and just hang out and do
Mhm.
whatever. Well, not whatever, but like
Yeah.
just hang out. And I don't know. I hope we have another Sims
Yeah,
camp
no, I
one of these
think
days.
we will. It's kind of interesting cuz in the beginning of the lockdown, there was kind of like a shift towards, oh, maybe we don't need in-person events anymore. Everything can be done virtually because like the world
Yeah.
adapted so quickly. But then, 6
Hmm.
months later happened and then all of a sudden it kind of like bounced back and it was like, oh, okay, like maybe no more virtual stuff. Like we need to see each other in person. So it like kind of went full circle where there was like a moment in time
Yeah.
where the world was like, oh, we're never going to need to go into the office anymore. Like there's no value in that anymore. But now everyone's like, okay, I'm sick of it. Like let's do in-person events. Like I can't do virtual anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it kind of
No, I'm
bounced
tired of sitting
back.
at home.
Everyone's sick of being at home. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Cause like people getting stir crazy.
yeah, yeah. I loved it in the beginning, to be honest, because I'm like a homebody and I like being by myself and doing stuff. But I've hit my limit as an introvert where I'm like, I am ready to see people.
Yeah. Same. Like ASAP. Like sign me up. I'm ready. Like I need to go and see a person in real life to
Yeah.
know that I'm like, I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
exactly. I'll go take the Sky Train in circles just so I can see people on the Sky Train.
Yeah. Around the time you started like uploading to YouTube
Hmm.
and like playing Sims and like building a lot, like if
Hmm.
you could change or add one thing or like a something in general in the Sims, like what would it be?
Like to the game or like to my like if I were to do something differently.
A bit of both.
Like when I started.
Yeah, like kind of gradually uploading videos constantly, like over time. Like have you thought of like changing or adding thing into the game if you could have into the Sims, like if you had
Oh, into
control?
the game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I remember like thing I wanted so badly was to be able to put windows and doors like freely on whatever tiles, and they gave us that,
Hmm.
thank goodness.
Finally.
But maybe, oh, I would like the ability to like have different wall heights on the same level. So
Oh,
like,
that would be so cool.
like I hate how if you want to do like a level 3 wall height, you have to commit to that for like the whole thing. And that's
Hmm.
just a little bit much. And that discourages me from using the tallest wall height in general. Whereas if I could do kind of like uneven wall heights, I don't really know how they would even make that work. But if they
I don't
could,
know.
it would just be and same with like roofing. Like I wish roofing could kind of go on different levels as well, because sometimes you can't quite get the right like dynamics of a roof because it's all like level. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
that would be a dream. Because they had it in The Sims 2 and 3. It was like the constrained floor elevation sheet where you could like have different walls at different heights. And it was the best sheet ever, but it was so complicated on how you could make it work if you wanted to add in a garage attached to a foundation. So it was weird, but so helpful. But
Oh,
honestly, though, it'd be interesting to have it back again because I love that cheat.
yeah. I like The Sims has to be fair, like they've come such a long way since I first started playing in 2017. Like just the amount of things like the kind of L-shaped stairs and the terrain tools and ladders and the free placement of the windows and the doors, like they and the platforms and the stilt foundations. Like there's so
Yeah.
many great things that they've added, and I'm very happy with the progression that's been made. But you know, as simmers, we always want more. We always want more. So
True.
here's to more
True.
improvements coming
Hopefully.
this year. I mean, they've been doing a good job so far. So hopefully they
Oh, yeah.
stay on the same trajectory of free updates and stuff. It's been good.
Hopefully, down the line, we'll get outplacing fence gates because I don't like having them snap to the grid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get rid of the grid. Yeah,
The grid
just get rid of
alone.
the grid. Just throw it out. We don't need the grid.
Because like when you're outplacing your doors, it's at a certain position, but then you want to put a fence where that position is at. You can't. It just snaps to the grid. Like,
Mm,
take it away. I don't want to see it.
yes.
It's very
We
confusing.
do. Oh my gosh. I think the next iteration of The Sims 5, I guess you could say, needs to
Yeah.
have no grid. Just like
Yeah.
connect the walls and it just wherever you want, it will
Let me put
go.
it where I want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I don't know why they did what they did for The Sims 4. Well, actually, I wish I did. But like in The Sims 2 and 3, we had the ability of putting our fences up to like the edge of the lot. Like, you know, in The Sims 4, like there's
Oh
a gap. We could put
yeah.
that toward the edge of the lot. And that was so cool. I
Yeah.
wish they had that back because that'd
Wait,
be
why
nice.
don't it always annoys me how it's always one square, cuz it's like I'm losing a square footage on my property because you're not letting me put my
Yeah.
fence all the way to the edge of the lot that I rightfully own.
Right.
So
Like
they're
that's
ripping us
wasted
off.
value.
Yeah, my property is, you know, not getting the full value of my property. What is the meaning of
No.
this?
I wish that our Sims could like have the ability to like do that in the game, like just push the fence towards the edge and
Mhm.
you'll be fine
Yeah,
and be good to go. I mean, debug fences count. You can put them wherever you want,
true.
but it's not the same
Yeah,
because it
it's
just
not
goes straight through it.
exactly. It doesn't keep Vlad out.
No. Vlad will always just show up like, I'm here. What a lovely neck you have. Like, get away from me.
Oh my
I don't want to
gosh.
see you. I think that with The Sims, there are so many ways of building in the game. Like, what do you like building the most? Because I think you like building craftsman style homes a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely into like the craftsman vibe, like modern farmhouse looking, kind of like white exteriors with modern black windows. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
worried that it's getting repetitive. I've been doing it like for, I don't know, like over a year now. I've really like leaned into that style and I'm very into neutrals. But yeah, this just makes me so happy. I just like the aesthetic of like a neutral exterior with like big modern windows and stuff. And I've been really into one story homes lately. Now that I'm getting into gameplay, I feel like my mind is shifting a little bit to a more gameplay in mind when I build. Whereas before I would just build for aesthetic. Like obviously I cared about functionality and stuff like that. But now that
Mm-hmm.
I actually play the game, I'm really into one story homes because they're just a lot easier to navigate instead of like going up and down stairs all the time when you're doing gameplay. So I want to start building more like large 1-story homes so that my Sims can live in it and I don't have to have my toddlers go down the stairs and take like 3 hours to crawl down the stairs and stuff. So
Yes, because they take forever.
yeah.
Even when you teach them how to walk, they still take ages
Yeah, they
to get
just
down the
too long. It
stairs.
takes too long. It's like wherever the toddler is, like they're staying there for their whole childhood until they age up.
It's like you live upstairs on the other side of the house and I live over here. Don't talk to me. Don't whine. You'll be fine.
I will drag the plate of food to you. Don't leave. Just leave. I'll put the food on the floor.
You'll be fine. Don't cry.
Yeah.
I won't come to your aid and need. So like what keeps you like going, like creating content like on YouTube and Twitch? Because a lot of people just go into the mindset that they'll do it for a long time, like maybe a year or two, and then leave, or they don't feel like as excited anymore. Like, or I guess life gets busy too, of course, but sometimes people stop. But there are like other people in the world that have the mindset of, I'm gonna make all this money and all these subscribers and views and whatnot. But in reality, the numbers don't really matter. Numbers over impact. And it's like go into the paint of thinking that you want to create content because you enjoy it and not for the sake of like what will be the outcome of it. Just like hope for the best and see where it leads, but just have fun with it. But like what keeps you going back to it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very much similar. Like if anyone is out there and like they want to start a YouTube channel to like make all this money, like I'm gonna be real, like you're not.
No.
It's never like as good as all these influencers that obviously if you have 10 million subscribers, it's a different thing. But it's not going to be like that. Like you have to really just enjoy doing it. And I guess for me, because I work, this is kind of like my creative outlet. So I'm never burdened by the numbers or the ad revenue or anything like that because I have a job that will support me. So I don't really have to worry about that with the social media stuff. Obviously, I want to get it to a place where I can be full-time content creation. Like that is my end goal. It's not in my path at this very moment, but I hope to get there one day. But I think in order to get there, you can't be so money and number focused because as soon as you only care about that, all of a sudden it becomes a job and it's not a passion anymore, really. So yeah, for me, it's always been a creative outlet. I've always had a YouTube channel and a job at the same time. So I just do it for fun. Sometimes the good thing about doing both is like if I am not really feeling up to it, I don't really have to post, I guess. I only post like once a week. Obviously, I want to post more, but sometimes, I'm just busy with other work. So I don't post and I don't force it. And it's fine because I'll live. But yeah, I think I just do it because I like it. But Twitch really helped me push like the passion even further because it added another level of like connection and inspiration. Like my community just has so many good ideas. It's like I've learned so much from my chat and like them suggesting ideas and we have so much fun building together. I definitely really like, having the building with people type of a thing instead of just building myself. I'm not sure where I'd be now had I not started Twitch just because building alone is quite a bit different than building with like a Twitch chat. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said earlier, like sometimes it just all of a sudden I just look and like things have progressed and things have grown and I obviously do things with intention, but I don't necessarily have like an end goal. I'm just taking it day by day, month by month and having fun. And it's just gotten me to this place and I'm still working hard at my day job. So we're just trying to progress through life, like we're just trying to survive and have a good time at the same time,
I mean, that's good. I mean, take it one day at a time, never rush through things, but continue to work hard at what you can do.
Yeah. It's the best is just, and that's funny because like we've known each other. I've known you since the very start of me making Sims videos. And like, it's nice to know that like throughout this entire time, like we've just been working hard and having fun and staying in touch and like, you know, watching each other grow and thrive, and like our passion for the community and the game has just gotten like better and deeper and stronger every day. And all of a sudden it's been like 3.5 years and we've known each other for that long. And
that's a long time.
Yeah, we've both been at it, just doing our thing and like thriving. Like you're obviously thriving, and it's really fun to just like be a part of it. And it doesn't really feel like it's been that long. It just feels like we met like last year, but it's been ages.
I can't believe time flies by so quickly. I feel like there was a saying or something like that. Once you do a reality TV show, it's like time just went by like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
You do one reality TV show and that's it. But it's like we've known each other longer since the reality TV show. And I think we never expected to be on a TV show like The Sims sparked. And like we even won an award too, which is so cool.
We did win the award. I think we were nominated for 2. Did we win both, or did we just win the one? I didn't really follow. I'm not
sure. I think we won both.
Probably. I think we must have. But yeah, that's crazy. Like we literally met on Twitter and on YouTube 3.5 years ago. And now we've been on a reality show together and we fundraise together as well. We're streamed together. Now we're doing a podcast episode.
Oh my god.
We've done so much.
It's so great just to be able to like have friends who are just like-minded people and just have fun together. It's just so cool.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think you're one of the only ones I've really like kept in touch with since the beginning. Like I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, there are a lot of like other small simmers that I was like connecting with on Twitter, and pretty much every single one of them doesn't make Sims videos anymore. Like they all like left and stopped uploading. So it's kind of like sad, but I guess obviously life happens and people do other things. But like they were like genuinely my friends back then. And now it's like there's like new people coming into the community all the time, which is great. But all the OGs from back in the day when I had like 100 subs, like they're all off doing other things, and I don't know where they are anymore. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. I wish I knew, like when I first started, I wish I knew where my OG friends were at. Like, what are they doing nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't even remember who my first subscriber was. It probably was me on my old YouTube channel I had.
You and your family members.
Yeah, actually, no, it's funny. None of my family members, besides my parents, knew what I was doing.
Really? Oh, I didn't tell my friends, but I told my family. You didn't tell your family?
No, because, well, my parents said I was just doing like some random stuff in my bedroom, playing video games. But in reality, I was recording videos a lot and talking to myself and editing. And now it's a job. So, I mean.
Yeah, now they're like, oh, that's what he's been doing this whole time. He's been working since such a young age. Ooh.
Yeah. I've been playing The Sims not playing Sims. I've been doing YouTube for nearly a decade. Well, it'll be a decade in like August, September.
Holy moly.
So just making Sims content.
Dude, how many hours do you think you've put into it in the decade?
I don't even know. Probably like billions of hours.
There's
recording.
There's like a book by Malcolm Gladwell where it's called like 10,000 hours. And it says like you need to put 10,000 out. No, it's not called 10,000 hours. It's called The Outliers or something. But there's a chapter about 10,000 hours, which says that you need to put in 10,000 hours into any given like craft in order to become like a master at it. So like Bill Gates had put in 10,000 hours into programming before he founded Microsoft, and the Beatles had put in 10,000 hours into performing before they had gotten as big as they were. So I'm sure you're reaching that 10,000 hour mark to become a expert global sensation SpringSims extravaganza.
I mean, you're already there at this point anyway. Like I feel like you have logged in 10,000 hours of Sims content and recording and just crafting all the things that you can do to get where you are today.
I wonder if we have put in 10,000 hours. Do you think?
I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
My origin's broken, but I can't even tell. I think I have I know for a fact I have more than 10,000 hours, but Origin doesn't always like tend to log everything. So that's kind of sad.
Wait, you have 10,000 hours in The Sims?
Yeah, probably
Oh
more
my
than
gosh. See, you're a Sims
'Cause I've rec-
expert. You're officially called a Sims expert then, if you've done over 10,000. Do you record?
I record so much.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, on Twitch, it's like, it says I have logged over 165,000 hours on Twitch for like streaming.
What? Streaming or watching?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold up. I think it says reached 25, wait,
Wait, how do you see it?
250,000 hours watched total on your channel. It's on your achievements on your dashboard. It's on the Insights tab. But I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is it
I
the
definitely
kind of a
back.
big deal, this in progress one?
Oh, yeah.
I have 48,000. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, it says, the Empire business. I streamed more of total of like 2,000 hours.
What? Oh
yeah,
my
on
gosh.
Twitch. Like in a given month, I tend to stream at least the most is like almost 70 hours in a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I stream nearly every single day for like 3 hours, sometimes 3.5. And of course, when I do charity streams, it's like 1 12-hour stream sometimes too. So that tends to add up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of insane.
That's actually crazy. And when you think about like what you would like what normal people do in like a work week, which is like 45 hours of like office work, and you're doing 70 hours of streaming on top of YouTube, on top of editing and podcasting and all the other social media stuff. Like it's definitely a full time, like more than a full-time job. Like if there's any doubters that think that streaming and YouTube is not a full-time job, it definitely is.
It takes so much work. Like the editing, figuring out what you want to do for a video.
Thumbnails and the Photoshop and the voiceovers.
Oh, the voiceovers take even longer.
Oh my gosh.
I repeat myself a lot.
Yeah, I edit my voiceovers to like edit out all the parts where I'm like, Yeah,
Really?
because like I always pause and like I get stumbled over my words, so I like have to edit out like little 0.5 second increments of my voiceover where I'm like I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Because it was like, see, if I don't like something, which is pretty much almost every single time in my voice, I tend to repeat it, and I'm like 10 minutes in.
Oh, like you'll say it again?
No, I'll like redo the whole entire like voiceover completely. Like I don't like it. I'm gonna redo it. I probably feel like I rambled and like did something crazy, so I just end up reading the whole build.
Oh my gosh, that's so. I used to do that in the beginning. Actually, I used to sometimes like I'll start a voiceover, and if like I'll get 3 minutes in, and if I'm already not feeling the vibe, I'm like, yeah, no, this ain't it. Like I already feel icky about myself. I'm like, I'm just gonna start over. Yeah. But usually I know within like the first like 45 seconds if I like am enjoying myself or if I'm already annoyed at myself. Then I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna want to listen to this, and I'll just start over. Sometimes it's better to just start fresh.
Yeah, same. That's what I do with a lot of like, voiceovers or LPs that I used to do.
The intros.
Re-record the. Oh my gosh.
Do it 50 times.
The intros take me so long. Yeah. I'm never satisfied with anything with my intros. I'm like, I'll just go with the flow and hope for the best and move on with my day. Yeah. Well, honestly, I wanted to know, are you a Virgo?
I am. How did you know? How?
Well, because your Twitter profile says your birthday. So I just assumed. Plus it says like October 23rd to September 22nd is Virgo. And I was searching up this website for like a build idea that I wanted to do. And I think you should do it too.
Okay.
If you want to. It's perfect homes based on zodiac signs. And Virgos are like, they love modern houses. And so I would assume like big windows and all white exterior is perfect for you, Virgos. Like you're always super clean, organized. You'll want to show how tidy your house is for the rest of the world to see. Are you like that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not I don't really know about the Virgo personality traits very much, but that sounds like me. All I know is Virgos are bad at replying to texts, and I would say that's me. I don't reply to people, but that's all I really know.
Because I think that with these Virgos or the zodiac signs in general, it's always so interesting to see like what type of house they would end up like, I don't know, making or living in down the line. But I don't know. I'm a Pisces, and I don't know why, but tutor style does not speak to me. I don't vibe with that. I mean, Pisces always want to make people happy, and they're super focused on the artsy dreamers, which I mean is really true.
Yeah.
All I really want to do is make people happy at the end of the day.
That is so true. Yeah, you're definitely a Pisces.
Pisces, however, are like, we have some bad qualities. Like we're very closed off people, and we have a tendency of being over emotional and impressionable. So it's like we can be very over emotional and very moody at times, depending on like what's happening with our emotions and what's going on in the world and everything. And we tend to be overly trusting and easily swayed.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I'm reading here. It says that Pisces are known for being incredibly creative, which is so true.
Yeah.
Empathetic and generous. Oh my gosh, that's literally you.
Yeah.
I feel like Virgo is going to say like, no, shows no emotion ever, completely heartless. That's gonna be me.
No. Virgos are pretty cool. I mean, Jenna Marbles is a Virgo, and she's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. That makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. But
yeah. I mean, hardworking, creative, reliable, patient, kind are like your positive qualities of being a Virgo. So I mean, hard work does pay off, and look where you are today. Reality TV show, podcast interview, and you build a house for The Sims. Your names are in the credits. Like, hard work pays off, honestly.
Okay. It also says that I'm critical, stubborn, pessimistic, skeptical, narrow-minded, inflexible.
Oh my God.
This is me not wanting to branch out in my Sims building, being overly critical over items in the game.
Me.
Oh my gosh. I guess it's accurate. What can we say? Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna do the build. I'm gonna do the Virgo build. You should do the Pisces build. Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna do that. Honestly, because it sounds like a really cool idea to do for sure. Yeah. But anyway, we've reached the end of the podcast. It's almost 2 hours long.
Oh my
gosh. But I did want to ask you a few rapid fire questions, of course.
Okay.
However, they're not rapid fire questions anyway, but questions in general. Okay. So what are your recommendations for someone who is looking into like YouTube or Twitch, or looking to find a TV show or a book or a podcast or etc.? Like pretty much any recommendations that you want to give to somebody who's looking into trying out new things.
Like who should they listen to or watch?
Yeah.
Maybe the SpringSims podcast is very good. Very good. I've been watching, there's a Canadian YouTuber, her name is Lord DIY. I've been watching her vlogs.
Oh my gosh.
I really like her.
I love Lauren.
Yeah, she's so, like, she's kind of rebranded to be like not geared towards younger people anymore. She's like more genuine to how her personality is now that she's older, because she's like, I don't know, a little bit older than me or something like that. So her content's so relatable now, and I absolutely love her. So I've been watching her a lot, but honestly, I don't have that much time to watch a lot of YouTube and stuff like that. I honestly just put on podcasts when I'm working and stuff, and lately I've been listening to yours. I don't know. I just like do random podcasts. I know Laura DIY also has a podcast too, so I listen to her podcast too sometimes.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Wild Till 9. That one's good.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I recommend watching Laura DIY. She's really cool if you're into like that type of content. Like what I like about YouTubers is that they start their channel one way, and then of course we all grow up and our content changes, and it's good to see the progression over time on how content is changing,
Hmm.
which feels good.
Yeah.
Because no one likes having like, the same stuff over and over. You gotta constantly like, reinvent yourself to try and like not change who you are, but try to change what you want your content to be.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for her, because a lot of people say like as soon as you make it big on YouTube is like your age pauses. So like she made it big when she was
Yeah.
like 16. So like she had to act like a 16-year-old for the rest of her life.
So
So
long.
now she's
Yeah.
finally like realizing like I am allowed to grow up with my content and my audience, and like I don't have to keep doing the same thing, even though that's what got me or got her to where she is. So it's nice. It's nice. I like her. And
Yeah.
she's Canadian too. So yeah.
Yeah. Good old Canadian.
Yeah.
I want to go to Canada one day.
Yeah, you
Be fun.
should. It is fun. Come to the EA office here.
I
Mhm.
will. I'll just storm on in saying, "Hi, Andy. How are
Yeah.
you?" The next question is, let's see, what game have you been playing thus far that you've been enjoying? Because you said earlier that you've been playing some games off stream that you've been liking.
I have turned
Mhm.
into a big Stardew Valley farm girl.
Yes, I love Stardew Valley.
Yes, I finally caved and got it. I know you were hyping it up. I know Rochella also is always talking about Stardew, and I just decided to get it, and yeah, it's fun. I mean, I'm not very good at it. I'm only in like summer of year 1 or something, but
okay.
I like it. It's fun. And I like to play it on my own time. It's very fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
I played it on my Switch more than my PC.
Yeah.
But it's such a good game. It's very comforting. And the fact that it was made by one person was wild.
I know, that's crazy. People keep telling me that. And I'm like, I do not believe that it was just one person. But yeah, it's amazing. It's very good. Very good.
One person, all the music, all the assets, everything was made by
Even the
one
music?
person. Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
The talent. The talent.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And if you don't have, like, if you own a Tesla, apparently you can play Stardew Valley in your Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, Kayla told me about that. I'm like, really? You can play Stardew Valley in a Tesla? I mean, honestly, more money to him. So talented. Very good.
Oh, you can actually play the game, not the music, the game.
Yeah. No, the game itself in your Tesla.
That's so random. And
I know.
wow. Okay.
I mean, for the kids or whoever's in your car.
Oh yeah, that's
play
true.
some Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I guess like maybe you just want to escape from your house and you want to go play games in your garage and go play in your Tesla.
Yeah, just sit there.
Oh my gosh, that's my new life goal. Okay, set.
Yeah.
Set.
I'm gonna write that down. Buy a Tesla just for Stardew Valley.
Yes, very good.
So, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh, my younger self.
Yeah.
What would I tell? That is hard because I don't have many regrets. So like, you know, like I feel like everything that I've done is like very I don't really regret anything. So I guess I don't know. Maybe I would have said, this isn't necessarily like my younger self, but like semi younger self. Maybe I would have said to like start YouTube earlier. Just because I kind of didn't start it because, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like when none of your friends really watch that much YouTube, and you would like if you were to tell them you had a YouTube channel in like high school, maybe it would have been a little bit like, oh, they have a YouTube channel, whatever. So I didn't really have the confidence until after I graduated university to do it, because by then I was a little bit more confident in myself, and I was like, yeah, I don't care what anyone else thinks. So like I applaud anyone that started it when they're in high school, because like people could be mean in high school, you know, whereas university, like I was an adult by then, so I started it then. So I wish I had started earlier, and I wish I wasn't so like self-conscious back then. So maybe I would tell my younger self to just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, same. Because I started YouTube when I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school. I didn't tell anybody. Granted, because I'm like, can't go through that stress anymore. Not doing it. I was bullied way too much. But however, I'm glad I have told people. But now it's like when you tell people, it's like, oh, you were on a reality TV show? You have a YouTube channel? Where have you been? Like, I've been in your school this entire time. Calm down. But it's so weird. I don't know. I think that it's very the atmosphere or like the environment of like the internet has changed so much that it's become the norm. Now every kid and their mother wants to be a YouTuber. It's like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. I'm like, oh, cool. That's an amazing thing. Like people make a living from YouTube, and it's nice to see that it's becoming more like normalized, I guess,
Yeah.
because you have the creative freedom to do what you want and make your passion come true. Like if you are a doctor, you could make a YouTube channel about being a doctor and about, the pros and cons and all these different things. Like if you want to be a lawyer, make a lawyer YouTube channel. Like there's a YouTube channel for literally everything under the sun. People just don't think it's like, I guess, reliable, which
yeah, it's not, but
no, but it's like, if you put the time and the work into it, it can definitely become a thing later down the line for sure.
Yeah, and it's the reason that it is actually a legitimate career path now is for, people like you who have been in the industry for so long, who weren't afraid to start doing it when they were a freshman in high school. Like I I wanted to make a YouTube channel in high school too. I waited through high school, through 4 years of a degree. And then by the time I was like 20 something, then I finally had the confidence to do it. But yeah, like younger people nowadays, they can be like TikTok famous and stuff at age 14. So it's different now, but definitely people had to pave the way for that to become acceptable and that kind of thing. So good job, all the people ahead of us that paved it.
Yeah, I mean, like Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Almost 17. It's like worldwide brand. I'm like, what in the world? TikTok?
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just starting to understand what TikTok is.
I don't understand it. I don't even understand. All I know is like dancing and memes and stuff, and that's it. I don't understand the whole like concept.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Me being like in the middle age of like a Gen Z and a millennial is like very confusing. Like I just don't comprehend the logic between the two anymore.
You're just somewhere in the middle. You do not exist.
Yeah, and the void basically.
Yeah, in the void.
And so that kind of wraps up all of our questions. Thank you again for being on my podcast. I'm just so grateful that you wanted to be on it and, just talk with me for like 2 hours and just vibe and yeah.
I had so much fun. Thank you so much for asking me. If you ever need an extra guest or anything in the future in season 2 or 3 or season 10, I'm happy to come back anytime, honestly. It was so much fun. And I love catching up with you.
Cool. Yeah, same. Hopefully whenever we meet in person, we'll have more stories to tell.
Yeah.
So where can the listeners find you on the internet?
Ooh, I am on YouTube, Dr. Ashley, on Twitch, Dr. Ashley, on Instagram, Dr. Ashley, on Twitter, Dr._Ashley, and I am on TikTok, Dr._Ashley as well.
So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode with Dr. Ashley. It was definitely a little bit more of a long one, of course, because we have so much to catch up on. And the whole idea for this podcast is just to play catch up and have fun and interview some good friends who are in the internet space of gaming with YouTube and Twitch and social media and everything under the sun. And so hopefully you learned a little bit more about Dr. Ashley, of who she is, what she does, a little bit behind the scenes of The Sims Sparked, especially on how she kind of did the whole paranormal stuff pack build and everything. And I definitely had so much fun just talking to her, playing catch up as a friend to friend and kind of explaining more about what we do as, YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff like that. But anyway, make sure you check all of our links down below in the show notes, but go ahead and follow and subscribe to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you're listening to your podcast. And I will hear from you all next week. Bye-bye.